Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not quite so grey-faced as I was yesterday, but I still feel like balls. I've broken out the BB cream, a little bit of mascara and some bronzer today because nobody needs to see how great I was yesterday ever again. So yeah, how are you? How are you? Who is first past the post this morning? Welcome to the show at Wise Up, Rise Up show with me, your host, I am the Queen Bee, Dani Wallace. Good morning, give in to Sandu. How are you, my sweetheart? How are you? And we've got Joanne Smith. Good morning, Housters. Happy wonderful Wednesday. Here we are, the hump of the week. But you know, we kind of throw caution to the wind with the hump of the week. We kind of like chill at the hump of the week. We kind of make friends with the hump of the week. We're still doing some of our best work in the middle of the week. So how are you guys doing? Joanne Smith has had a little read as one of my appointed beta readers now of my book so far. And she sent me a beautiful email this morning about how excited she was for everyone that's going to be reading this going forward. So it was really nice to hear back some feedback from what I've written so far. It's really spurred me on to kind of push through. Yesterday, I was feeling really ill. Today, I don't feel much better. I still feel a bit ill, but I know that I'm probably through the worst of it now. So, Sarah Savory, good morning. Tell me what's happening with the weather where you are in the UK. Of course, it's a bit shit in Preston this morning. What's happening where you are? Tell me. If you are watching on the Dani Wallace page, if you're on my personal profile, I will not be able to see your comments. So what I need you to do is head over to the Queen Bee Dani page, and then I will be able to see you. Housters, you're in for a sweet treat. It really is a labor of love so far, and it's kind of taking on its own form. It's taking on its own sort of shape now. And the first part of the book is quite autobiographical, and I'm like laying the foundations. And then in the next part of the book, I'm giving you loads and loads of practical advice. So I kind of liking the difference between the two sections now. So I'm just tipping over all of that storytelling sort of autobiographically and from a timeline point of view, and moving it now over into, so here are some of the things that I learned. Here's the stories behind how I came to that thinking. And then here's how you can, maybe apply some of these concepts to yourself, to your life, to your business, and see how you can too become a queen bee, overcome things like self-sabotage and all of that sort of stuff. So it is Scorchio. It's Scorchio in Annie Cameron's corner of Cheshire this morning. Oh, you lucky sod. It's very shit below the Watford Gap. Now, Sarah Savory, I haven't got a very shit. Is it a bit shit, or is it chucking it down? Like, let's get the right B up on the board for below the Watford Gap this morning. What is the weather doing where you are? Do tell me. Of course, we're very British. We need to know these things about what's happening with the weather outside. It's how we make conversation. Stacey Andrews. Hi, Dani. How are you? I'm very well, thank you, Stacey Andrews. Thank you very much. So yeah, we are just under halfway through the book now. Ooh. And yeah, it's going all right. It's chucking it down. Oh, Sarah Savory. There we go. Whereabouts below the Watford Gap? I'm just going to pop it here. Is that all right? Tell me to move it to the left or the right and I'll fix it. I've got the Watford Gap. We're below the Watford Gap. And there it goes, a rainy bee just there. So yeah, we're kind of just below halfway. We're not quite over the hump of the book, so to speak, in terms of like word count, but we are definitely on the right track. The beta readers that have had a look at it so far have just been really, really complimentary. And I've chosen the beta readers not just because they were going to be complimentary. I've chosen like proper writers, like writers whose job it is to do writing, to make sure that the form is right. And then I've chosen people that have just come across me, so that don't really know much about my story. And I've chosen people that have known me since I was a wee tot. So we've got a really good cross section of people, and also professionals within not only the personal development field, but the writing field as well, to be providing some feedback, which is brilliant, and they've just been amazing so far. So thank you to my beta readers. You guys are amazing. Brum is trying to be sassy, but it's a bit shit. It's dry though, right? So let's move you across there, anyone. Let's pop the Brum. It's a bit shit. Just look at Cheshire just peeping its way through there, being all sunny in the middle. It's cloudy in Derbyshire, which is in the, hang on a minute, right? I can't fit Derbyshire in. I'm just going to do this. I know Derbyshire isn't quite there, but someone can correct me. It's all good. Right. Let's get cracking. This morning, I have one of my very, very, very best friends on the show. She's been on the show before, but this week, she has achieved something quite phenomenal, and I wanted to share it with you. This lady runs one of the best events companies in the whole of the UK, Opulence Events London. She does all manner within that events company of celebrity weddings, high profile events. She's just disappeared from my backstage. I wonder if she's messaged me. She's just disappeared from my backstage. I wonder if she'll pop back just as I'm bringing her on. For goodness sake, I'll wait till she's back. This is the lady who I was in a mastermind with. So Lisa Johnson's mastermind and Jay Gemma's mastermind wave last year. And we met just before that. No, in fact, we met then. And I got panicked then, Deep. You disappeared from me. I was like, I'm stretching for time. And I'm just bringing you on and you just disappear. Wait there now. I'm just telling a story. I have to hang on. So we met in Malta last year, and after a complete love-in of a lunch, we became the best of friends. She's been my business bestie ever since then, and the things that she has achieved over the past 12 months are just absolutely phenomenal. She has moved into the coaching world. She now helps via her business, The Well-Heeled Coach, events and weddings experts really level up and grow and scale their businesses. It has been beautiful and glorious to watch, and she's launched something really special this week. So we're going to be talking about the importance of community with the gloriously talented, the very beautiful Deep Bajwa. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
Where did you go? You just disappeared. I thought, right, she's done one now.
I'm doing it on my phone, and I wanted to see the comments. So I clicked comments, but then I couldn't come back to you. So start the whole thing again. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm all right. So I know you get to see me kind of backstage. You get to see me switched off sometimes. And I know there's the last sort of 48 hours have been a slog.
It's been tough on you. And the thing is, you are that kind of person, Dani. You give. I don't even know where you get what you give from. I really don't. Like, you dig deeper than anyone else I know. And she just pulls it out the bag. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. But you always want to give. Not even 100%, 110, 200, 300. You go over and above in everything you do. And it's almost like it's a treasure to watch, to see you that deep and create this thing. I'm excited. I'm going to read it today. I cannot excited. I've actually time blocked time specifically to read and catch up. I can't wait. I know
it makes you worried sometimes, though. Like you catch me sometimes. You go, Dani, are you rested? Have you eaten? It's like having like the best Indian auntie as well as having like one of my best friends. Like you're just like mumming me at the same time.
You don't look good. You need a nap today. No work today. You're gonna have a nap, and you're just gonna close that computer down. And she's like, "No, I'm like, no, you're not all right. You need to.
No, you are not all right." Oh, Deep, thank you so much for coming onto the show this morning. I'm really glad that you did, because yesterday we had no guest, and I thought, oh God, if we don't have a guest today, then that's it. That's 2 days in a row where I've got to kind of jive on the days where I feel like the worst to do it.
Oh, I'm so excited to be on. You know, I love your show. Every morning I wake up and I put it on as I'm getting ready. It's there, and even my kids know. Mahi will come along. She's like, "Hey, Dani, it's Dani." Yeah, it's Dani. Dani's on there. Yeah, but what's Dani doing? She's doing a TV show, Yubi. That's what she's doing. She's doing
on
a
the
TV
telly.
Show.
She's on the fake telly. What are you drinking? I'm gonna live vicariously through you because I haven't actually been downstairs yet. Is that some tea?
It's oat
Oh,
milk. It's very white. It's a lot of oat milk this
yeah, it's
morning.
very pale.
Yeah.
All right. So deep. The well-heeled coach
Yeah.
has become a bit of a thing
Um,
certainly the past 6 months. So you've been doing a lot of building. You did a lot of building in the run up to Christmas, just after Christmas, and then you launched the well-heeled coach earlier this year. Tell us a little bit about how that has been since you pressed go on that.
it's been amazing. And actually, I can't even look back and think that it was just, I think it was like January, February, I actually went for it and launched the Well Healed Coach. It feels like it's been here forever. It's become
Mm-hmm.
this piece, and I feel like it's always been there. And I adore it because I think I needed it. I needed somewhere to kind of hang that mentoring, coaching hat. And I've been doing it for so long on the quiet, as you say.
Yeah, yeah.
And I needed a place where I can actually do it publicly and do something more with it, and it's grown and grown and grown. And I did my first course. That was the last time I was on here. So I launched my first course for the wedding industry. It was all about sales. That's completed now. Amazing feedback from everyone who was on it. I'm over the moon. I'm so grateful that they trusted me to
Yeah.
do this with them, because I hadn't done it before. But they put that faith in me. We ended up having something like 45 people come onto the course, which is a lot for a first course, for a beta course.
Yeah.
And I gave it my all. I gave it my all. Absolutely everything that I had, gave it to them. But they came and they trusted me, and they've had successes. They've made so much more money on the other side. They're running businesses they love. They've strengthened all the elements now within their businesses, because it wasn't just an ordinary sales course. It was 10 weeks where we covered everything in a business that you need to be able to have that success at the end, because people just think, oh, I just need to know how to sell. No.
It's
So
not, is it? It goes so much deeper than just selling, and I think it's because of that, because people don't do the work with that bit.
yeah,
People become scared of it because they don't often. People don't understand all of the underneath the foundational work that you need to do in order to confidently make those sales. It's funny. So many businesses say to me, Dani, I don't like selling. And how the fuck can you have a business if you don't enjoy the thing that you need to do in order to feed your kids, in order to keep your mortgage, in order to do what you've got to love that bit just as
you
much as you love what it is that
understand.
you do.
Yeah, you've got to. You cannot. Most people think, I'll create a website, I'll do a Facebook page, and I'll post on social media. That's it. I'm good. I've got a business. Wait for the money to roll in. And then they get bitterly disappointed when their businesses are not a success. But what have you actually done? What? Tell me what you've been doing. Like, that's not enough.
Yeah.
That's not enough. I mean, 70% of the time, I end up saying that's not enough. And I am quite straight down the line with everyone that I've that's been on my course, that's coached with me, and also that's in this membership, because we've been running this membership for a month already. In the pre-group, did a pre-group for it, because everyone on the course was like, Deep, we don't want this to end. We don't want this to end. I was like, that's fine. I'll pick you up and I'll put you here. And then it just grew into something so much bigger. And now it's the best wedding membership out there right
Love
now. And
it.
I know that because I'm part of all of them. So I
Yeah.
know that mine has got something majorly different about it. But picking them up and putting them there, and they're on fire. They are absolutely on fire. And it's just that community is amazing. But not just the community. They're growing, they're learning, they're focusing, they're challenging each other, they're doing new things. I love it. I am over the moon with it.
This is the thing, when you're a member of lots of different communities, you get to see what are the things that would work for you, what doesn't work for you. I'm in lots of different business communities, I'm in lots of different personal development communities, and from each of those spaces I get something that I need. And it's lovely to, when you do create your own community, to kind of look at the things and glean the things. So you've got to learn from the people around you, but then you get to put it all together in a way that actually makes sense to you. So then you're attracting your people to you. You know, there might be gaps in one place and gaps in another place. So you get to sort of see how all that would fit together and then create your own. And also, when you say, and this is, again, one of the things that is, when you have a business, is important to do. You've got to be able to hang your hat on what you do, why you do it, and the quality of what you provide. So when you say it is the best wedding membership group that you could possibly get into, you're hanging your hat on that. And there's nothing wrong with that. So with other people out there, when say, like, I sell myself as the most exciting public speaking coach coming through in the UK right now, because I know that I am.
That's hands down 100% who you are. And the thing with you and me is, because we are so close, we know exactly what the other person means when they say things and how they genuinely are. You would not say something that was not the case, and I would not say something that was not the case. We just couldn't do it, because we know we have to live up to what we put out there.
Yeah.
So whatever we say, it's part of our brand, and we've got to live up to it. And being honest and having that care about the people that are around us and listening to us, it's very important to us. And we're so grateful to have it, both you and I. So grateful to have the opportunities to help other people and to be there and to have these platforms, that we would never say anything that would not be the case. So when I say it's the biggest and the best, I mean it's the biggest. I know it is.
But this is where great businesses really start to grow, where people start to take notice. So when you've got a business and you love what it is, you've nurtured it from a seed, you've watered it every day, you've brought people to you, you're growing. What you can't then do and go, it's just all right. You've got to absolutely adore, like Linda Rollinson is just saying, you have to have a business to jump out of bed for. People procrastinate because their business isn't something that they love. And that is, when you love it, you can make those bold statements because you've got the fire in your belly, not just doing it because you're panicked or desperate or, I might just try my hand at this. The really successful businesses where you've got the fire in your belly, where you say, no, this is what it is. It is one of the best in the UK. It's going to be one of the best in the world. When you are so bold as to say that, people start to look and go, okay, she either is making a very bold statement there, or she really means what she says. Either way, they're going to go and check it out.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, that's your job as a business owner to do that. And exactly what you said about people not loving their businesses, it's so true. And I would always ask them, why don't you feel that way about your business? What is it? Because there'll be a reason. There'll be something that you're not hitting, something that you're not doing, something that is really missing, because you should love your business. And if you don't love it, you've got to examine why. It's not that you jump out of it. I would never say that. I am really all for being in something and working. It's been 11 years I worked on Opulence. It takes time to build something that's amazing. And sometimes you fall out of love with what you do. But the trick is not to stop. The trick is just to slow down, dissect it, think, right, okay, I need to do something different here. What do I need to do? Let me try this. Let me try that. And you will hit on gold eventually, because persistence, consistency, and determination are like the 3 biggest pillars for success. You've got those 3 things, you're flying.
Absolutely. Diane Irish just saying, I love my business. Couldn't do it if I didn't. What's the point? Diane's got an incredible business, Deep. I'm not sure if you know it.
I know, I'm sure. I watch you every morning. Of course I know who Diane is. The forensics and the suit. I love it.
She's just amazing. Her business, Forensic Minds, is a company that goes in to do like murder mysteries, but really amazing scientific murder mysteries using fingerprints, and you've got to work out like kind of like the FBI going in and crime scene investigation, CSI going in and doing all of the finding out, work out who's murdered, who's done the murder, how did the murder happen. So cool, so cool. But that stems from the work that she did previously. She was at Scotland Yard, and she took all of those things that she loved and found inherently interested, and then created something fantastic. And as such, she absolutely loves what she does. And when you love what you do, you become a magnet for other people. People want to feel that kind of vibration and that energy from other people. You become magnetized. You become positively charged to people who may be a little negatively charged, in order for you to share some of that charge.
You can undo it. And I do believe you and me completely agree on this. I feel like I have got energy coming out of my fingertips I
Yeah.
actually feel like it's rising through me. I have so much energy and love for what I'm doing right now. And I just want, I almost
Zap people with
want
it.
come on, let's do this. Let's go. Let's make these businesses amazing. The wedding industry has had a really tough year, right? All
Really
industries
shitty
have.
time.
Yeah, all industries have. But obviously, it's my home, so I can only talk about this the way that I can. It's been so hard. There have been no big weddings. It's smaller weddings, but there aren't as many of those as we would like. It's getting a bit better each week, but we need a place which is safe. We need support,
Yeah.
but most importantly, we need a bit of positivity right now. And that is the feedback that I've had about Elevate, is that it's so nice to have a place that you can go to and you can be happy, because
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of other groups, and you know what? People need that space to be negative too. I have to say that they need a space to be negative too.
Do you know, you need
Because
to go and offload somewhere safely. You know, you and I have talked about this when we had Fidel Bohill on a couple of weeks ago. We talked about this, the way, particularly women. So ladies and people who identify as female out there, like I'm talking to you guys right now, the way we deal with things is to externalize and externally process stuff. The people around us sometimes don't understand, like Wallace doesn't understand how I need to like work things out sometimes.
Well, you and me just jump on a Zoom, don't we? Even if it's like 11 o'clock at night, we're like Zoom, link, and we'll just sit there and we'll talk it out. Both of us do that because we need to hear it and we need to be heard. And there's so much validation in just being able to do those two things alone. And often we can solve our own problems. And if we can't, if you're in the right space, you will have people run to you and just go, woof, let me help you. This is what you can try. This might work.
This is a really interesting conversation. Clem Hamid's just asking us, being a member of so many different communities and groups, how do you tune out enough so that it's not a distraction? It's a good question.
It is a good question because it's grown so much, right? There are so many different types of communities.
Right.
I think you have to decide which are the ones that you are going to almost live in and which are the ones that you will just check in with. And you've got to focus almost. You do have to focus. Now, like Danny said, you get different things from different communities. So there'll be spaces that I go to that I know, my gosh, the quality of masterclasses in this place are amazing. I'm going to make sure that I'm there for the masterclasses. But the community isn't really for me. So I won't be in the community so much, which means I'm not in the Facebook group as much, but I will be there for the Zoom sessions and I will be there when they're doing that sort of thing and I'll download the workbooks. But the community is not right for me. So one, you can do that. You can pick what it is about the different communities that you like. And two, you can just focus on one and dip in and out of others. But you've got to have focus. You've got to have laser focus, particularly now, because we're going through so much and we are being bombarded. Everything is online. And so you have to choose and then you've got to focus. But it is down to you. I do talk a lot about laser focus and having your blinkers on.
Having your blinkers on.
Yeah, blinkers on, just going forward. But that is what it takes to be successful. If you keep it getting distracted left, right, and center, it's not going to happen. So what we're doing is we're giving you that opportunity in Elevate to focus in a very, very curated way.
Yeah, I think as well, different communities will serve you for different points in your life as well. So I'm a member of a number of different paid communities, and sometimes they will serve me when I need and sometimes they won't serve me. So, and sometimes you grow through that just as you grow with your business. So it's always worthwhile, just like with your kind of friends list, and it's like pruning bushes to allow flowers to grow. Going back through, you may have, when groups became kind of a big thing sort of 5 years ago, have joined lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different groups. And this will affect your algorithms. This is to everybody out there on here. Really affects your algorithm. So it's always, and you will have joined at the time because it was funny, or someone will have put you in there because you used to be able to group slam, where you just invited everybody and then they just fell into your group. They didn't get a choice in it. But it really clogs up, like it's like having clogged arteries. It really affects your algorithm. So your algorithm is what Facebook shows you, or wherever you are, LinkedIn the same. So it's always worth going back through and just seeing how many groups are you a member of? Are you even seeing anything in there? Is it serving you? And trim it the F back. Check in regularly with the groups that you are in, particularly the free groups. Are they serving you? If they're not serving you, get out, because otherwise you're just adding noise, you're clogging your arteries.
Exactly. I completely agree. Clogging your arteries is the best analogy. You're the queen of analogies, aren't you? But yeah, it is exactly that. And you won't be able to see what you need to see if you keep doing that.
Right.
So yeah, you've got to focus.
So from the both of us on that one, Claire, just be really savvy about where you spend your time, because the idea of a good business community is not that you sit in there all the time. The idea of a good business community is that you go in, retrieve what you need, give what you can, get out, and then work on your fucking business.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not even being part of the communities. It's when you go onto Facebook, if we're talking about Facebook communities, and what you should do is go onto Facebook and go to the search bar and go straight into the place that you intended to come onto.
Yeah.
What most of us end up doing is going on, scrolling for a bit first. Let me just catch up. What's going on? And then we go into the group and they're like, oh, shoot, I haven't done this. I haven't done that. And, in half an hour can go. In half an hour, a few times a day can go like that. And that's where we lose that time. But actually, you've got to catch yourself and say, this is not what I'm here for. It's not. And it takes a lot of determination to do that.
Right.
Social media is such a pull, but you do have to be really determined about it. No, I'm only going to this group and I'm going to have a look here and catch up. And then I'm going to go to this one and that's it. And if you did that, 3 times a day for half an hour, that's fine, because you're getting value from those places. But scrolling, you rarely ever get value from that. And also, it's not good for your heart and your head to just do
absolutely. You end up comparing, you end up just chewing up your time, and you don't remember any of what you have just been looking at. So being focused with it, and this is a good it moves me on nicely to my next question: the difference between paid memberships and free groups. What are the difference between the two? Because I don't have a paid group, and it isn't my intention to have a paid group, because I do things in different ways. So when it becomes part of somebody's business model, like it is part of your business model, what is the difference between the two?
So for me, because I'm in free groups and I'm in memberships, and so what I want to do with my one is, if I'm asking you for money for this, I'm going to give you 100 times more than I'm giving you in my free group. Not that I give less in my free group, and anyone who's in my free group knows how much I give in there. I don't hold back. A lot in there. No, there really is only so much you can do when it's free. There comes a ceiling where you just think, I thought this is where it came from. I want to do more with you. You need more. I know I can do it, but I can't do it. I can't keep doing it for free.
And there's things like tech and things like that that you need to build and pay for in order to provide that extra quality.
You know how much it's cost me. It's cost me thousands. Thousands. And everyone had said to me, Dee, what are you doing? No one invests that much money. They just go and they just get a template and they do it. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not me. I want something different. If I'm saying it's the biggest and the best, I need to go and make it the biggest and the best. And if that takes money from me, then it takes money from me. I want it to be something that isn't out there. So that's what you are getting. You're getting something that I've invested in. I've spent a lot of time, a lot of money building it from the ground up. I think I told you this, Dani. We when we started looking into memberships, and we were told that this is the one that everyone uses, particular template, this is what all the memberships use, it's the right thing to do. I was like, okay, great, let's buy that, let's do that. Then we bought it, and my tech VA started building it in the way that I wanted. Then she kept on coming back to me and saying, well, no, we can't do that. It's not possible to do that here.
Because you had a real vision, didn't you, for what you wanted to provide?
I know what I want. It's like when I build an event. When I build an event for a client, I built it in my head before I've even put anything on paper. The whole thing, down to the flooring, the carpet, the linens, the table decoration. I've done it all in my head. I see the whole thing. It builds in my head. I can't describe it. It's like
you're like the Rain Man of events, aren't you? You just get in it.
And then that's why everything is so particular, because it's not what's in my head. It needs to be what's in my head, because the whole thing works like that. This is what happened to me with membership. I was like, we need this, and I want it to be like this, and we need to be able to do X and Y. And I'll take everyone through what I've actually created. But then with all the no's, my head in. I do not like no's. I never.
You guys, she does not hear no very well at all. This is like the most.
Just stop here.
No, I can't hear that. No, we just need to work out how we need to do it. Like, how do we do it?
Yeah, because I think that's the wedding planner brain. And also and it's not just wedding, I think it's my brain. I've always been like that ever since I was younger. And I was head girl and school captain, and you just get into your head, no, we can make it happen. I will make it happen.
You made your prom happen.
I made my prom happen and the school leaving party. And the boat party on the Thames when I was 18 because the school said no, and I was like, yeah, all right then. I'll just go do it.
Honestly, guys, this woman does not hear no. She went and like the school weren't going to do a prom for you guys, and you was like, no, we're having a prom, and then you went and created a whole prom.
I hired a boat for the Thames. I got a DJ. I hired some coaches. I sold the tickets. I had my friends sell tickets. Everyone sold tickets. I made a loss. I mean, actually that party, the boat party, I made £300. When you're 18, that's amazing.
That's
right?
all right, isn't it? To create all that.
I didn't make a loss. That was the main thing. My first party, I made a huge loss. And I learned. But this is the thing, I don't like no. So I was like, okay, I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting really fed up of hearing no. What can you do for me? Where can we build this? Because this isn't going to be what I want. And even she said to me, Dee, we can keep doing this, but I know you, once you get something into your head, you only want that thing. Like, yes. And I'm going to do your head in until I get that thing. So shall we just do it now? And then we ended up having to look to America to find how these particular other things work. And we found something. So got a refund on that other thing, bought this new thing, spent even more money. The budget's out the bloody window for this, but it's amazing. And it's exactly what I wanted. And it's got all of these functions that you don't have in other portals. No other membership portal has got the things that we've got in here. And they're specific to the wedding community. And because it's been my home for so long, I know how everyone is. And all my friends are as well. So I know exactly what they're after. I did my research. And I'm in love with it. It's such a great space to be.
It is amazing. And like you say, being one of your, just sisters, really. I don't think friend ever does it kind of justice for our relationship. But having had a little sneaky peek on the inside of all of that, whilst you were building it, whilst your thought processes were happening around it, it really did feel, it's so awesome to be a part of something that I think, even as an outsider, that is going to be like revolutionary for the people that come across you. And this might sound to you guys like this is a whole big sales pitch, and it isn't, because there are loads of things that you can learn from this way of thinking. And also there are loads of things that you can learn by figuring out where your people are. And community is so important. We have our own little community, the IATQB community. We are all at different levels, all in different positions. We look at personal development, we look at business, but we are a kind of a movement, and then we help each other show up, wise up, and rise up. People need things that are more specific, and this specificity is this specificness. Are they both new words? They feel like both new words. Specificity. The specificness.
Yeah, specificity.
Specificity. Oh, I love it. It feels like a good one. I'm going to keep it and we'll write it in my book. I'm going to challenge myself today to get like obscure words into my book to keep me going along. When I used to work at the contact center, we used to,
I know what you're about to say.
We used to say, like, how are you going to get, I'm talking to someone about their phone bill, and we used to like have to get a really obscure phrases or words like Optimus Prime or I'm having salmon for dinner. Like, how are you going to get that on a credit control call when you're trying to get someone to pay the bill? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to challenge myself today. In fact, you guys, like, give me a challenge today in the comments. Like, what can I throw into my book? But having that someone once bet me I couldn't get the word Scientology into a song. Don't believe me, just watch. I love it. I love it. So having somewhere where you can get the help that you need, it's like having a magnifying glass, a microscope that you can start to really focus in and get that laser focus and work on the things that you need to work on. And then at the same time,
it's just niching down to exactly what it is. And so many times I've been tempted to open it up, and I've had people say, I've got a lot of friends in the property game, mortgage game, and when I talk to them about what I do and the things that I'm teaching, they're like, but Deep, that would be for any industry. I'm like, I know, and I'm happy to help you and tell you all these things, but you have to niche. I've niched because then everything I'm talking about is related to the wedding industry, the problems of the wedding industry, the benefits of it, what you need to do specifically, how you sell in the wedding industry, what we need to learn as wedding folk, and all of our own. We have our own really unique set of difficulties and things that we need to do. And so, I mean, as an example, we love style shoot. We need to create content all the time this year more than anything because people don't have weddings. So there's no content and people need to create it. So style shoots have gone through the roof since we've been allowed to. And so what we're doing in the membership is we've created a members directory. Everyone who joins the membership fills in a profile in the portal and you automatically get put into the directory and you're able to search on florists, cakers, you're able to search on stationers, wedding planners. So if you need a supplier, you can go there, and we've created a little area where they've been able to tick and say whether they are open to collaborations and style shoots. And we're bringing in an area where you can put in pictures of your work. So it's so much easier. And it's almost like that innate trust because they're in the membership with you and they're learning. And we all have the same ethos because I'm very big on let's learn together and through one another and really support each other, because that's how you really grow. That's how I grew from working with £7,000 to £1 million plus weddings. That's how I did it. It's all relationships and it's with people. So we've given them that opportunity with the directory. And that's almost like having a listing in a directory as it grows.
That's almost like having an internal social network specifically for the wedding industry, where you don't have so say you've got Facebook and or Instagram and you've got the kind of the wheat and the chaff, haven't you? You've got the people that are in your industry, but then you've got everybody else in the entire world. Imagine having like a social network where you've just got the people who can help you.
That's
what it says on the tin,
isn't it? To recommend each other as well. So as a wedding planner, if I need a stationer, it's very easy for me to go in there and look at stationers and then be able to recommend different stationers to my, and it's not just as a wedding planner. I get recommended so work by my cake maker friends, my florist friends, my DJ friends. So all of them, everyone wants to do the best for their client. So you can go to this place and you can find it. That's one thing. On top of that, there are the master classes. We've got the week, and I've got masterclass from the best in the business. I am bringing in the big dogs of the wedding industry. I'm going after all the big names and they're saying yes. No one said no yet.
I know some of these people are, and they are like, she's all sat there. I've just got this person. I'm like, shut up, shut up. Like it is, but that's what happens. You know, that's what happens. And that's why for you, it makes sense to have a free community, but also a paid community, because that is something that you can actually help your entire industry with. It's why I wouldn't have, not this part, I don't see where that would fit. I just don't see where that would fit.
Yeah, it's got to feel right for you. And for me, it feels 100% right. And not just because I've always wanted to do it. Well, since I've realized that this thing exists, the people wanted it. The people in my group needed it. The people on my course asked for it.
Specifically asking for it. Yeah.
We don't want this to end. Okay. You don't have to, we don't have to end it. I'll just put you in here. Is this all right? They're like, amazing, great.
Oh my God, yeah.
We had pods in the course. And so within the course, there were pods that they would work on the modules together within their pods throughout the week. So there was
so what do you mean by pods? What do you mean? What's a pod?
It's like a group of 6 to 8 people, and they can go into a room in Facebook. We've created different spaces for everyone. So we've got your specific slice of the industry, then we've also got mixed industry pods as well. So you can come in as a cake maker and put your name down for a cake maker pod, and then you can have a weekly session with other cake makers and talk about your difficulties, what you want to do. I'm not sure about this. What do you think? Is there a better way to do X? And then you can also go into a mixed pod with people of different industries, because you want everyone's perspective. But what I love is you've got people of different abilities. I've got people in the membership who've been in business for so many years that run 6-figure businesses. And I've got those who are right at the beginning of their journey. And to have that variety in there,
it's that breadth of because you've got people that have been in business for a long time and built successful businesses, have the knowledge and the wisdom. The people that are just starting out have energy, and that is, and I find, again, this is something I find in the hive. It is something that is for anybody out there that is thinking, oh, you know, would I join this? Is it, lots of these places for people that are starting out, you know, is that something that would benefit? Actually, being around people that are coming through allows you to set a bar for yourself going further. So everyone moves each other along, not in a way of saying, oh God, they're coming up from the rear, I better better myself. But I've done that within, I know within, even with some of my mentors in the speaking community. I know I went and did an event with Brad Burton.
So
it was brilliant. He absolutely, him and his team played a blinder. So instead of, he, like the big festoon, I was in my bedroom and I did this marathon and it was all brilliant. And he was thinking, okay, well, that's not something that he's the number one motivational business speaker in the UK. So that won't work for him. He's got to work out a way to raise the bar so that everyone's got somewhere to move to. He hired out like a studio and there was fireworks and it was just like it was being part of a televised. It was honestly, it was amazing. And he's been in the game a long time, but he allows himself to see the energy of what's going on around him and allows him to raise the bar. Well, guess what? That gives me somewhere still to work for. You know, like, but he was like, you're snapping at my heels. I'm like, I'm not. It's not your job.
You need mixed people in a group. It has been. I have people me say, "Oh, I still work, and this is my side house." I'm like, "Yep, this is actually the place for you," because that's where you can turn this into a proper business that will enable you to leave your job because you're getting focused, you're getting masterclasses, and actually, I've already got 15 trainings in there. We've already got 15 in there. 2 of them are by me, 13 are by other people on every single topic you can think of. You know me, I'm very much about taking what the people need and giving it. So I am going to be asking, what do you need? What do you need? And actually the next 6 months is already mapped out. We've got all the speakers in the next 6 months. They're amazing. The events are in there. People are clicking, going. They're excited about them. And every single one is designed to push you further in your business. Right. So you're on this journey with each other. And like I said, you've got the community through the pods and through the Facebook group, but we're doing a monthly Zoom social as well. So online, we're all just going to come with a drink and have a chat.
Why not?
Yeah,
why not?
It was really nice.
You did I think when you hit 1K members, you had like a cocktail night online, didn't you?
Yeah, a cocktail masterclass. So I got one of my bar company suppliers and friends, because I call them all my friends. They are my friends because they are your friends. Yeah, we work together so much. And I just said, would you do a cocktail masterclass for my group? And he's like, Deep, whatever you want. I was like, excellent. Thank you very much. And then he came in and I think he created 3 cocktails for everyone. People were doing it as they were going along. We were stopping. I mean, it took a while, but it was so much fun. And by the end, I was sozzled. So much I'm gonna have to leave. I can't even talk straight. I've had so much and I had
bubbles coming out of my mouth.
Yeah. And I had helpers with me, just like I had Bab, obviously, just clearing it up and giving me some ice. I need more ice, but it was fun. It was so much fun. I like to do fun things with everyone.
Yeah.
And had someone come in and just teach us how to curl our hair because it was lockdown and everyone was bored and we had nothing to do. So, do you want to come? Your hair always looks amazing. Come and teach us. How do you do this? And I like doing that. I give everyone the opportunity to come and do something. And then they could talk about their businesses, but then we get something from it, which is a bit of entertainment. We need
absolutely. That. And it helps people stay around and feel a part of something as well, because it can feel quite isolated. If you're just going in there and it's your sole purpose just to learn, and that's it, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to learn, and then I'm going to get back out again. It's harder to feel a part of something, and especially during lockdown, we've had to think of more creative ways to connect, really connect. And part of that connection is having a bloody laugh, having some fun, and letting your hair down or curling your hair, whatever it is you want to do with your hair.
You want so much better. You do. When you're laughing together, when you're joking together, it's actually a physical reaction because your body releases hormones which help bond you to the other person. You almost fall in love with a person because you've got the same happy hormones coming out of you. You know, the serotonin levels are going through the roof. You're enjoying yourself. So you bond naturally with those people. So even though it seems like, we're having a laugh, I'm switched on when it comes to these things. I've got a psychology degree and I remember it. I actually sat and I read all my textbooks again. I was like, right, how are we actually going to bond people together? We've got to do shared experiences. How do I do shared experiences online? Okay, let me have a good think about this. And this is where everything has come in the membership. We've got the monthly Q&A. Sorry, we've got the monthly Zoom social. We've got a weekly chat with me and Q&A. I've got the pods. Now we've got member-led pods, so they can jump in whenever they want to. If someone's got a challenge, I mean, right now in the wedding industry, we're all struggling a bit with our contracts and clients saying, listen, it's not like anyone's trying to do over a client, but we're trying to understand, where do we legally stand with this? Or this client said this, where do I stand with it?
Yeah.
And so people can come into the group, like, does anyone have 5 minutes to just run through this with me? And people say, yeah, jump in a pod, just jump in a pod, I'll see you in there. And then they can have a chat and go through it. I'm also bringing in a lawyer for exactly that reason.
Yeah.
And we had an available date for later in the year, and I say, no, I need you now.
Now, yeah, we need. Like, I say we, because I am a member of the events industry as well. As a performer, and even as a speaker who puts on her own events, I'm very much in the industry. It is so important to know the things like the legal stuff, and having some access to that in the first instance without having to go and spend hundreds and sometimes thousands of pounds is massively helpful. Deposits for me was a big one right at the very beginning. I remember someone got in touch and was like, I want my deposit back. And I was like, wait a second, it's been cancelled. That's what a deposit's for. And it wasn't the right thing to do for me to keep that deposit. It was right that I gave that person their deposit back.
You did the right thing. I mean, the thing is, where you legally stood and where you morally stood were two different things. Yeah. And you, obviously, being you, chose the moral, and I was so proud of you for that, because that it requires a degree of compassion, but at the same time, we have to be realistic. There are some clients who are just trying to look after themselves and not thinking about the wider issue. And so we do need to know, how do we protect ourselves from all of this?
Yes, exactly.
What do we do with our contracts going forwards? Because COVID-19 is not going anywhere for a long time, and we need to protect ourselves from it. So everyone's contracts are having to go through a change. And like you said, if you had to access that person on his own, it would cost you hundreds, if not thousands. And my membership, I don't think we talked about the price. It's £29 a month for everything.
This is like a massive infomercial for your membership. Yeah, like you guys need to join. I'm in.
He's already in. Danny joined. Yes, Danny, you don't have a choice. You are joining my membership, by the way.
I know, all right. But yeah, it is, and that's it. You think there are memberships out there that cost, some of them cost in excess of £100, some of them cost £60-70, and some of them don't even provide the, if I look at that members area and I look at like the whole social network side of things, actual technical social network for the wedding industry, I look at the trainings that are in there, I look at the people that are in there, and that's, well, I'm in because you're one of my best friends, but also because it's a no-brainer. Like £29 a month to have access to that kind of stuff is just ridiculous. But
it is. And things I've had so many messages from people being like, Deep, why are you doing? And I always get this. When I started up the Luxury Wedding Lounge, I got so many messages from all over the world, from suppliers who've been following me saying, Deep, I know for a fact people will pay for this information. Why are you doing it? Even if you charge them something, I was like, no, that's not what I want to do right now. People need this. I just want to do it. Just, come in and you'll understand and you'll see it. And even now with the membership, I'm getting messages saying, Deep, that's really cheap. Just this morning, one of my, he's in the mortgage world, he messaged and said, Deep, £29 is incredible value. I've just paid for something similar in the mortgage world. It's £149 a month. Right. He's like, everyone's so lucky that you're doing it for this price. And I think, I just want it to be accessible. And this is obviously the founders rate.
So never, isn't it?
Yeah. This is for this week until Monday night. So Monday night it all closes. But I wanted to give everyone a chance to have it.
Why have you decided to do it that way? Why have you decided so you can't just join at any time?
No. And the reason why
you can join the other one anytime.
Yeah, Luxury Wedding Lounge, you can come in. You can come in at any time. That's open the whole time. But with the membership, the reason why I need to close the doors is because I have to create an in with everyone, and I need to get to know everyone, and everyone needs to get to know each other, and they have to bond and they have to become close. And
that's hard when you've got people coming in dribs and drabs, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So that's why we're opening the doors now. It's Monday night, 9 o'clock, and then it's closed until later on in the year. So quite later on in the year, and then when it opens, obviously the price will be higher than it is now. And there'll be more in there as well, because we would have built in more over time. Or even though it's a bloody chunky membership already, it's very, very chunky. It's where a lot of memberships are a few years down the line, but I like to go in there. We're already here.
I talk about turning up, and this is what I do. People see me and they go, God, she looks like she's been around for years. And if you turn up like that, no one knows any different. And it isn't, it's not fibbing. There's still 20 years experience on stage for me. There's still 15 years in the corporate sector for me. There's still lots of training that I have been through, and lots of practice.
A lot of experience, a lot of experience.
But in this particular guys, it's only been 18 months. So still, people that didn't know that I was doing all of that behind the scenes think that where the fuck she come from, and it's because I turned up with everything done, with everything ready to go, and as such allowed me to enter the fray in this particular space.
It's not the first business, right? These are not our first businesses. We've been in business I've been in events since I was 16. I'm 36 now. That's 20 years of events running. Sorry?
You old sod. We're the same age, so.
What are you talking about?
We're both Capricorn. We're both
old, Dani. I'm forever young. I tell you, I'm never gonna age. And you know what? I get called old all the time by my husband. Bab always. He's like, Deep, you're 40. Calm down. You shouldn't be doing. I'm 30 bloody 6.
We're like only just mid-30. Shut up.
He just walks by and just smiles. I'm like, oh. And if I hurt myself with one thing, you're getting old now. You are getting old. You've got to watch yourself. What are you talking about? Really annoys me. But I've been in the industry as well for 11 years and 20 years of events. Then you come here and you do this. So this is not our first. It's not our first. These are not first businesses. So we know what we're doing already in business. We know how to run a business. We know how to market. We know how to get things going, and actually how you serve people. Because this that we do is all about serving people and helping them get from here to here and then here. That's what you want to do with them. And we know how to do that. Both you and I know how to do that.
So when doors close a week, no, not a week on Monday, so on Monday night, and then what? Then what?
In what way? What I'm going to do with them?
Not with them. No, because they can find out. They're going to go and find out what they're going to do with like. It's exciting. I cannot wait for everybody that's coming through. I'm so excited. But what's next for you? Like, what are you going to do next? Because everything has been a build-up to the release of this incredible membership. But you don't stand still.
No, I don't. I've already mapped it out. You know I have. She's leading me. Can you see she's leading me? Everyone knows you and I were crammed in a room together mapping out the next year. Right. I have got a lot of exciting things coming up. And I'm going to concentrate on the membership for the next couple of months. There isn't anything coming up for the next couple of months. There's one-to-one coaching, but I changed it all, and we've stripped back a lot because I was doing a few different things, and to be able to create the time and space that I want for the membership, because I want to be in there all the time. I want to, that's where I want to actually mentor people and help and get things going. So I had to cut off a lot of things like power hours. I just don't do those anymore. My strategy days, those are all stopped now as well. So all of those smaller things I was doing have stopped, which actually I really love because it gives me the chance to concentrate and to really deliver with everything else. But later on in the year, yes, I'm bringing out another course later on in the year, and Dani's pushing me for it. And I know I want to do it, but it's a mastermind as well. So it'll be a course with a mastermind. So you get a double whammy. Rather than doing a course and then a mastermind separately, I think I'm going to do them together and really give you all of the benefit of everything that I believe in, all of my values. Then Christmas time, some fun things coming up as well.
It's so exciting, and when you've got the expertise that you have, it's really nice. Again, being a member of the industry, to see the different ways that you could possibly work with you. Like, so if you've got no money, then you've got the free space. If you are ready to start investing, but you don't have the thousands that it takes to work with you one-to-one, then you've got the membership. Then you can start to drip feed yourself with like the things like the courses, especially
you work your way up to things, don't you? When you learn
exactly what I did.
Yeah, same. I mean, how I entered into this kind of online group space was through joining a membership. I actually wasn't part of any free communities to start with, but someone I knew from the wedding industry started up a membership, and I just got interested because I kept on seeing it on my feed. I said, what is this? And it's like jumping into something that's been incredible. It's like jumping into a different world, and I didn't even know that world existed until I was in it. So this is why I say there's only so much you can do for free, because when you pay, the world opens up. There's so much more learning that happens, and this is a nice low risk way. Joining a membership, even if it's not my membership, for anyone, joining a membership is a nice low risk way to actually start investing in yourself and learning. And then when you make money from that, then you see where you want to go.
Do the next bit, don't you?
See where you want to go. Yeah, but you've got to keep moving. This is the thing. You cannot stop. And particularly now, I mean, people think, I've heard people say this, stop spending, don't spend any money. No one I know is not spending any money. They're actually going harder when it comes to learning and education, memberships and courses and mentoring, because you need it. Now is the time you need it.
It's to help strengthen yourself, galvanize yourself, build those foundations so that they aren't rocky anymore. How do you recession-proof yourself? How do you create momentum? All of those sorts of things is everything that you need right now. Communities are the best way to do it. So the doors close on Monday night, and we will be having a little party, no doubt, to celebrate.
Popping some champagne for sure.
Popping some bubblies. To celebrate and toast everybody that's got involved with it and all of the hard work that you've done creating it. As your friend, I'm just so proud of you and everything that you're achieving right now, and all of the help that you're giving the industry that has been pulled to its knees in the past 6 months. So, you know, on behalf as a member of that industry, thank you for giving us, you know, she is, Joanne, a recession rebel. Like we had on the show the other week, we were talking about like when the media, I think it was Tuesday, oh, Britain is in a recession. I'm like, Britain was in a global pandemic. Britain is in this, Britain is in that. Like the media are
telling anything else, right? Brexit was happening. That was bad enough. That was don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the hype. Just concentrate on your little world. You cannot control the media. The media is already there to you know, inflame and enrage. That's its job. That's what it wants to. It's sensational.
It doesn't sell papers otherwise. It doesn't have people click otherwise.
Yeah, don't get sucked in. I don't read the papers anymore unless I'm in it. I don't read the papers. That's it. I only went and bought the paper because I was in it the other week.
The Sunday Times, no less. So you like you weren't looking about.
Sunday Times. No, yeah, that's the only time.
New magazine.
Love it. I can't believe you stuck 2 fingers up at me, Danny Wallace. It was 9 o'clock yet. She stuck 2 fingers up at me.
But it's funny, this whole recession thing, and we're going to wrap up in just a second. I was writing about like how you fare during difficult times. It was in one of my chapters, and I've lost a house and become homeless during a recession. And if now is a recession that we are in, I've also made 6 figures. So how you fare is very, very much up to what is behind your eyes and between your ears, what fear you're letting in your heart and your head, and what structures you have in place for your business. So in summary, Deep, congratulations on all of the work that you've done so far. Congratulations in advance for all of the people that are joining in. I mean, already you're just shy of 100 people joining already, right?
Yeah. So we've been open for how many hours? Not even that.
48 hours.
Yeah, 35 hours. My math is a bit off, 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, about 34 hours. No, exactly. 34 hours we've been open.
Amazing. So if any of you are out there that you are in the wedding industry and that you are wanting to capitalize on all of this fabulous stuff, go and find the Well-Heeled Coach. All of the information will be either there or in the Luxury Wedding Lounge. Deep is going to put the links to all of it in the comments just here. Deep, I love you.
I love you too. I love you so much. Put me backstage. I'm not leaving just yet.
I know. We got talking to do and all sorts. So you need to cheer me up now, ready for my day. So that was indeed the Well-Heeled Coach, Deep Bajwa, everybody. She's an absolute powerhouse. Honestly, she's just whatever she turns her hand to, she spins into absolute gold. And all the while creating incredible experiences, from being in the events industry, the people that work with her, she's massively respected in that field. Her brides and grooms absolutely adore her. And the people that follow her already, like for those of you out there who know her already, know just how much she is passionate about helping the wedding industry get back on its feet. So go and get amongst it. I am going to go and carry on writing a book. You might start to see some sponsored ads, you guys. We've just got some sponsored ads going out today in readiness for Be Heard So You Want to Be a Speaker. The waitlist is now open. We go live at the end of September, beginning of October. For the course, we've got this year, this time, we've got a DIY version of the course, we've got a live version of the course, and a VIP version of the course. And of course, how many times do I want to say course in the same sentence? We have the Be Inspired Mastermind as well. So anybody wants to know more about that, please do give me a shout and I will pop you the information. You've got to find it yourself. I'm thequeenbee.co.uk. And if you are not a member of the Hive already, please do come and join the conversation over in the IATQB Hive. I love you. Go get them today, you guys. And I will see you tomorrow, bright and breezy, with the incredible Naomi Ella is going to be joining us talking about matrescence. We're going to be talking about parenthood tomorrow. We're going to keep the conversation mixed up, but we're going to be talking about becoming a parent and the changes that happen when you do. We talk about childhood into adolescence, adolescence into adulthood. There is a massive change that happens when somebody becomes a parent. So that is what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Please do come and join us. See you bright and breezy. Showing up, wising up, and rising up. 8 a.m. Monday to Friday. I love you. Tra.